Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Marvel Team Up issue 100. But the thing is, we're not going to do the main story. We're going to do the backup because it's pretty interesting. We have the first encounter between Storm and Black Panther. So we have Chris Claremont very early on setting up the relationship way back in 1979. We have fantastic art from John Byrne. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the story actually starts off with this assassin who's trying to kill Storm. Obviously, he fails in his endeavor. So Storm is able to hunt this guy down, captures him, and discovers that he's a white South African tied to this shadowy figure from her past. Now, before we get into that, it's pretty interesting to see that this story sort of illustrates what happened to Storm after her first encounter with Xavier. She had left Cairo and went south into sub-Saharan Africa. That she was trying to find her purpose in life, and it establishes that she was 12 years old. And she stumbles across a situation where a group of white South African men are trying to capture this young man. That who we're going to discover is T'Challa, the future Black Panther. The leader of this group of kidnappers is called Reuter. And the thing is that it seems that they want to kidnap the Prince of Wakanda to destabilize the country. Now, the whole motivation of Reuter and his men and who's behind him is very vague. Like, they don't really get into that. Chris Claremont sort of lets you fill in the gaps there. But the thing is that Storm steps in. Her mutant powers have already manifested. And with T'Challa, they're able to stop these guys. So what happens with Storm in the present day is that Reuter is the one that put the price on her head, and that she knows that he's also probably after T'Challa too. So Aurora goes to the Wakandan embassy. It's super cool to see these two characters interact after all these years. So now we have Black Panther and Storm. They find out where is Reuter's base of operations in New York City. They take down his men. They destroy this giant robot, and they discover that because they destroyed that robot, they didn't know it was being controlled mentally by Reuter himself. So basically, he was left brain dead. So our two heroes have more questions than answers at the end of the story. Here is a lot of focus on the fact that Reuter was consumed by hate during his whole life, trying to hunt down and kill Storm and Black Panther. The story itself, it's very basic, but the last couple of panels are really interesting because it establishes that Panther and Storm do have feelings for each other, but due to the lives they carry, they can't reciprocate that. And that it sort of breaks their respective hearts because their lives go in very different directions and they're probably not going to cross paths again for a really long time. So I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.